Hi, I'm Carcino.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Oh yeah, it's time, my friend, yet again. Oh boy, the bat is out. Piston hat is old. It's time. Look, man, look. I'm gonna tell you like this, because it needs to be said, though it don't hurt to say. Charlie Villanueva has my buddy called him Charlie Venezuela. That's what keeps cracking me up. Charlie Venezuela? No, it's Charlie Villanueva. Nueva. That's how it's Villanueva. That's how it's pronounced. Charlie Villanueva. Not Charlie Venezuela. But he keeps calling him that. It cracks me up every time. But he made a statement on the show to the Baja. You know, they've been having this back and forth with him and Rashad McCants. Now, Rashad McCants is on the Zoom Arena show with Gilbert Arenas. So he had this to say in response to Rashad McCants, but it really exposed the Zoom Arena.
Hey, I fucks with you, nigga. Nigga, you're a funny cat. You're a funny
body
cat.
bag clip, Kurt.
Run the body.
What I'm saying is this is considered a response back, right?
Everybody don't respond like you, bro.
And then after they hear this response, they're gonna come with another response, right? And that response is going to be within these days. So I'm saying when we come on Tuesday, after they respond, and most likely they're going to just bring another motherfucker up there to confirm the fucking workout. So if you're not trying to body bag them all now, potential body bags, a girlfriend on the body bag. If you're not willing to go down the route of putting people to sleep today, I don't want to be here next week talking about what they done talked about.
I want to address something real quick because I said something about the contract shit about him not getting a second contract. And, you know, I'm got my ears in the streets. And you got to be careful how you talk to Gilbert now. Got to be very careful how you talk to Gilbert because you are on contract, my brother. You are on contract. And if that motherfucker decides to, let's get rid of this dude, we all know you don't do well with contracts. We all know you don't do well with contracts, my brother. So if this nigga want to get rid of you, he can't. So tread carefully. I just didn't like how you be talking to him, man. Whoa. So you won't turn the tables and say some shit about us. Every motherfucker on this motherfucking couch got ownership of this motherfucking show.
Boom. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. All 3 of the members on the show have ownership into the To the Baja podcast. They have ownership. That's it. That's all. That's the home run ball there, baby. It's out. It's gone. That ain't a shot at McCants. No. That's a shot at the boss. The so-called boss man. Because, see, look, they're in the studio. with microphones and everything. Y'all used to be in a studio. Y'all used to be in the studio. Now, y'all Zoom arena. Y'all don't have an intro no more, no logo, nothing. It's just dry. It's StreamYard. It's a panel. It's not a show anymore. This is a panel. Random strangers coming up on the panel. Who you gonna bring up next week? Y'all should just bring me up. Y'all milking this for numbers because you got nothing going on. McCants didn't want to play ball with y'all because he feel like I'm surrounded by a bunch of snakes. But let's keep it on topic. Here's the situation here. And I'm going to lay it out real quick. I stayed out of this mess. You know what I'm saying? Because I really just didn't care. It's 20-some years ago. It's really not that big of a thing, but everybody is making a big deal out of it. And, all right, cool. Y'all want to make it the subject to talk about? We're going to make it the subject to talk about. That's just it. But let's look at it from the real perspective that is, the realest perspective in the game. Charlie Villanueva just told you a very key fact. All three owns that podcast. Nobody on this podcast owns anything. Gil is an owner in name only. It's got No Chill Productions and Underdog. Nobody here, none of the 6, 7 people they got pop up on the show has any ownership into the show whatsoever. None. Gildan gave up all creative control, IP address, everything is owned by Underdog. He has no control. They pay him. All of these people are independent contractors. They all have an independent contract. So Charlie, he can talk about Gil any way he wants. Gil can't get him fired. Gil can go to Underdog and say, get him out of here. It's me or him. But they might not do that. Because they be like, Gil, no. Rashad bring in numbers. We need him. You're going to just have to work through it. He ain't got no choice. They owned his basement. They told him when he could go down there. They put Skip Bayless in his basement and moved in a whole bunch of white boys and told him to go upstairs. He making space for Skip food and stuff and snacks. All this traffic going on. These people are done. They're done for. You don't believe me? You ain't got to believe me. Believe them.
That shit went from Gil to duh.
Not even duh. Not even duh, Gil. T-H-E, the correct, regular, grammatically correct spelling.
T-H-E.
Why are y'all niggas acting like it's somebody else's arena? It's Gil's arena. So why y'all only doing it twice?
No, nigga, it's the arena. Soon as the cops put their motherfucking cuffs on my crip, the Gil was taken off.
How they gonna take something off of your name that you own? You're an owner. How is someone else gonna be allowed to take your name off? How could they just do it like that? Because they own the show. They control everything. They cut the checks. They pay everybody. They pay Rashad McCants. They pay everybody, so it's their show. That's why they're in limbo now. Everybody contract is up in September of this year of 2026. How do I know that? Tell them, Gil, how do I know that? Nobody there got a contract past September 2026 because they got to make a decision on if they going to keep the Zoom Arena going on and they're going to continue to lose money overpaying a bunch of people for basically cheap product. This isn't a show. It's disorganized dysfunction. That's all it is. Dysfunction. And it's like, is this what we want to put out? This is not content. There's no real information here. It's just garbage. And when someone tries to do some real information, it gets overwhelmed by the trash that's put out. Clickbait. Let's try to do it for the shorts. Once you start making, like, I just want to make a point just so it can stream, and I'm just going to say something that's outrageous and do bad takes because that's going to trend. You've already killed your show. You have no show. Your thought process, everything changed like the weather. That's not going to be sustainable. So what Charlie brought up is the fact, he just throwing a shot at McCants, like you should watch how you talk to Gil and all that, but just to get under his skin, Hey, Charlie went in. I ain't gonna lie. He went in on McCants. He went all the way in. But I'm going to tell you like this, though, when it comes to McCants as a player. He better than all of them. I'm going to tell you, I don't know about him getting hurt in these workouts and whatever. I'm going to tell you like this. Rashad McCants, as a basketball player, was better than Raymond Felton. He was better than Charlie Villanueva. He was better than the other black guy on the couch who I don't know. Better than him. All three of them, Rashad McCants is a better basketball player than all three of them and Darren Williams. Now, I don't know about McCants getting in the ring with Darren Williams. I would not do that. But definitely better at basketball than all of them was Rashad McCants. That's facts. Now, they might not like that. They might not agree. They had longer careers. But the truth to be told here is that that's the truth that needs to be told and laid out. I don't even know why they talking about a workout. Like, if the workout meant nothing, really, like, what did it really mean? Y'all really want to know the politics? Like, I want to tell Low Light something. Low, I appreciate what you're doing, but you're going out like a sucker doing Gil's bidding. You really are. You're looking real bad doing stuff like that. If you're going to talk about something, have some knowledge or do some research before you hit record. How are you going to say some guy named Mitch Kupchak, you don't even know who that is? It's the general manager of the Los Angeles Lakers. How do you not know Mitch Kupchak? There's some GMs you might not know, but Mitch Kupchak, when you hear that name, you know damn well Kobe, Shaq, all those guys. I'm like, look, Mitch was there for a lot of it. The championships, hell no, that's Mitch. No way. So I'm just like, man, Mitch Kupchak, man. And you just acted like Mitch Kupchak was some guy. No, Mitch told him, like, dude, you ain't got to worry about it, Rashad. We just need you here because we're working out another guy named Pat Bev. Now, normally, a guy in Rashad McCann's position don't work out with a player that's undrafted or not getting in the game or helping them out. But he did it as a favor, and that could happen too. And the situation that it didn't work out with the Lakers had nothing to do with basketball. Rashad McCants couldn't make it on the Lakers because Lamar Odom is now with Khloe Kardashian. And Rashad was with her first. So now both of them going to be on there. That was going to be a problem and a conflict of interest. And that's how they saw it. Now, whether Lamar said something or Khloe said something, that's the reason Rashad McCants wasn't on the Lakers. Let's get that straight right now. That was politics. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of different things took place. And that's what I'm saying, Lo. If you don't know, don't talk. You quit and getting injured. How you gonna tell somebody they didn't get injured or they didn't get sick? They didn't throw up on somebody. And what was happening in the workout beforehand? Was he dominating y'all before he got sick? But you quit. If somebody gets sick and they sick and they throwing up, well, I mean, what do you expect? I mean, it wasn't affecting his game. You knew he could hoop. You knew he was doing what he was doing. Nobody in there said he couldn't hoop. And that's what I'm like, why is these dudes talking? Like, McCants was a better basketball player than them. Period. Like, it's amazing to me. I love the podcast show, but y'all going way too far with this McCants being a quitter thing. Like, y'all taking it way to the next level. Y'all just gonna really piss this man off. I know Raymond hot about the North Carolina thing and the way he was dissing them, but that's just how he felt. It's 20 years ago. That's why I'm like, damn, y'all just had a reunion. That shouldn't even be the conversation. I didn't even want to speak on it because to me, it was just all stupid. So I was like, this is dumb. But the fact that it exposed a lot, it exposed the snakes within his own camp that's supposed to ride with him. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even trying to ride with him. That just lets you know you working with a bunch of snakes. And that's how he felt the whole time. I understood exactly what McCants is going through because it's like, oh, I get it. All y'all cool with them. All this stuff they saying about me, y'all cool with it. I get it now. Now, everybody might have to figure it out because they waiting to see what's going to happen with Gil. Gil, according to him, they going to throw this out. This is nothing. All right, feds ain't got nothing on me. When an idiot talks like that, normally this guy a lot more than Trump. So I'm going to tell you, when he starts talking like that, and he's been talking like that, that boy about to do some time. I know for a fact his lawyer's trying to come up with every deal they can. House arrest, halfway house. We pay this. We do this for charity. Please, like they trying not to get anything that can get this person no jail time. And I don't think the feds is budging. So they gonna have to testify, they're gonna have to give up some names, something. I don't know, but I think the feds has had enough of Mr. Arenas, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens on that side of the glass. But this is what I'm talking about. And you got all these people lives in limbo. You know, all these people that depend on a paycheck and depending on you, and you know, you follow the wrong individual, he'll lead you to disaster every time. He's not somebody you build a business with, because it ends up in despair every time. It don't end up right. Look, he on this Zoom arena with that Popeye spinach background in the back. You know, got the Popeye spinach green on green. Who thought that was a good idea? It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen on a backdrop. Green on green. You could barely see that. I'm like, are you dumb? Like, this is the cheapest thing. If you're gonna do something out there, do it where people can actually read it, dog. That is green on green. Who? Oh my God! I can't. Don't let me get started. Green on green background. This is what happens when you have a junkie working for you. You move a junkie into your guest house and let him work out the damn guest house. Because it's cheap labor. Where's ICE? That nigga ain't probably from this country, probably from goddamn Somalia. Where's ICE? Come get him. So I understood that, though, about the ownership. When you went through this process with the ownership, they would looked at you as if you were crazy, because they didn't understand it.
We all know you don't do well with contracts, my brother. So if this nigga want to get rid of you, he can't. So tread carefully. I just didn't like how you be talking to him, man. Whoa. So you won't turn the tables and say some shit about us. Every motherfucker on this motherfucking couch got ownership of this motherfucking show. So we're not the same, my brother. We are not the same.
We are not the same. Do you understand what he just said there? That was a very powerful words. We are not the same. You give away ownership. We are not the same. And everybody thought he gave away 50% of his company. And everybody thought he was an idiot. You gave away 50% of your company? Oh, Gil, how could you do that? And everybody clowned this fool. Everybody clowned him for giving up 50%. Nobody said anything other than this man proudly gave up 50%. And of course, we had to do this. We had to. 50% and the PO unit. Brandon, do you got ownership in Gil's Arena? No. How about you, Josiah? You got ownership in Gil's Arena? Hell no. Kenya Martin, you got ownership in Gil's Arena? No. Rashad McCants, do you have ownership in Gil's Arena? No. Nick Young, well, we know Nick Young ain't got no ownership. What we doing, man? As I told you, that's Loco, man. That's Loco from doggone South Central. Hoover Dudes, baby. Hey. So it's very obvious to me what's going on here. We're not the same. It's a very key word. We're not the same. You're not the same as me. You're not the same as Kwame Brown. You're not the same. You just don't know how to run a business. It's okay. Other people could tell you, the situation at hand, It was very telling how you screwed everything up.
Five NBA shows a week, award-winning 5 NBA shows, down to 2 NBA shows a week. So
in the face of the whole world, he couldn't lie no more. There wasn't another lie he could tell. And when you come to that realization, when you realize, damn, there's not another lie I could tell here that's going to get me out. This is it. That's the position Gilbert Arenas is in. So basically, it's like what we tell people. Pay attention to what you're doing. But I want y'all to listen to it. Let's go.
5 NBA shows, down to 2 NBA shows a week. So Gil's Arena is now the arena. They've gone from 5 NBA shows a week, award-winning 5 NBA shows, down to 2 NBA shows a week. So last night, I believe it was last night, maybe the night before. No, I think it was last night. My brother was on Gil's Arena, or the Arena, or Gil's playback.tv / Gilbert Arenas. They had a conversation. It's a little bit of a lengthy conversation. We're going to listen to a good bit of it as to what happened and what we can learn from this.
Okay, let's do it. Somebody else's arena. It's Gil's Arena. So why are you only doing it twice?
No, it's the arena. The YouTube channel formerly known as Gil's Arena.
Can y'all talk about that though?
Can we talk about what?
How like the new season?
I mean,
you probably know as much as.
I was gonna ask how often y'all gonna do it.
2 times a week. 2 times a week, brother.
Oh man.
Hey, we a podcast.
We already know.
I just want to see how often y'all was gonna do it, because I see other things going on. So I was just asking.
Well, according to reports, I know you're trying to be messy and instigate, but according to reports,
I'm not. I'm asking a question.
Hey,
This is a very low. No, this is a very serious question. That's it.
They trying to spam me.
Be messy. That's 2025. That's what we won, and then we won 2025.
What are these awards?
This is
Real quick, I just want to ask a question. If you had to rank, if we're talking about relevance in the basketball space, where do y'all think that Gil's Arena now ranks as far as relevant content, relevant shows, most important shows in the basketball space in 2025.
To a mainstream audience, it can't be lower than 3. It's a top 3 show.
That's what I was gonna say. 3.
Yeah, probably. I'm not gonna lie. It's in the 2. Yeah,
These people are very goddamn delusional because they're young. They don't understand. This is not a basketball show. This is a show about people repeating stuff that's on Twitter. But let them talk.
in the 2. Outside of First Take.
I was gonna say, what are some other shows that y'all would name?
First Take and Gills Arena, probably. Cam and Mace is close.
I would say like Colin for like
Kyle Hurd is
people, not black people though.
Yeah, Kyle was cool.
For the mainstream audience, yeah, I guess the Herd now, the Herd, Gil, and then I feel like I'm glazed if I say pick a side, huh?
Because they're not in this conversation. And we got 2 days now.
Wait, why are y'all niggas acting like it's somebody else's arena? It's Gil's arena. So why y'all only doing it twice?
No, nigga, it's the arena. As soon as the cops put their motherfucking cuffs on my the Gil was taking off. That shit went from Gil to Duh.
Not even Doug. Gil THE the correct.
Just want to point out what he said when he got arrested that time for the house stuff. It went from Gills to the. Keep going.
THE.
Now, Doug, I could have rolled with him. All right, shit, I can't even.
All right, here we got this.
What does that say on that, Brad? I can't read my eyes. My vision is blurry now.
It's presented to Gil's Arena for passing 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, it does say Gil's Arena on that.
Yeah.
So y'all just cutting out so y'all so the football show can breathe, or what y'all doing?
Yeah, Lo, these are great questions.
I think we got to wait till the.
You know what it is, Lo? And here's the business part.
You have to wait till the football season is over?
Oh, okay, so here from the business
So
side.
y'all got to get the fuck out the way.
No, that's it. From the business side of it is when it comes to like fantasy and betting companies, for some reason, football generates more money, right? So like
For some reason, football is 3 times bigger than the NBA. The NFL is about 3, almost 4 times bigger than the NBA. Period. Less games. Winner take all. One game decides. The playoffs, the Super Bowl, it's not even comparable. Okay, so there isn't no for some reason. No, there is a reason. Football is king, and that's just all to it. So there is a reason. Football is always going to be more betted on.
football season, on how everything goes every week, a lot of these companies make a lot of money during the football season. So how they're going to do for the year is depicted on football, not basketball. So no matter how great our numbers are, business-wise, football generates the most money with the fantasies and all of that. So, so it's not about how great our show is; it's how much money is generated through the sport. We were just an anomaly. No one knew we was going to bust out like we did, right? They had us as basketball, and they had like 9 football shows, and we was outperforming all of them combined.
But you're saying y'all generate more for fantasy, not from a viewership standpoint.
No, we do both.
Okay, pause. He's saying they generate more money for not only fantasy, viewership wise, than any other underdog platform, platform. And I mean, they're just the best. The Webby Awards, most viewed show on YouTube for sports. They are literally just the best. Full stop. There's no question about it. Hands down, the best. And they got their chain snatched.
I'm not gonna lie. Not to agree with someone else who got their chain snatched today. He ain't said nothing I disagree with so far. He ain't said nothing. He ain't said nothing that I'm surprised with. I think everything he's saying is pretty true. I obviously wouldn't lie about his own status, and then just the football thing, that doesn't shock me. I'm still curious as to why. What is the definitive change to it? Like, is Gil's Arena more of a basketball mindset thing to the point where it just made more sense?
Gil's Arena don't exist no more.
Yeah, and say you think somebody's going to go from number 1, and they're just going to say, "Yo, just take that off the air," even though it's doing the best numbers. They're not going to let it taper off before they make that decision.
Yeah. I'm curious. I'm very. That's why I'm not jumping the gun. Something going on, man. Now I'm intrigued.
We know what's going on. I don't know why we acting oblivious. I personally, hey man, Gil, that's tough, twin. I don't know what to tell you.
Listen to him. Everybody else sound like they had a Gilbert Arenas funeral. They all sound like they had a Gilbert Arenas funeral. Listen to this man break it down the way it really is.
It was years ago where I said, yeah, man, I don't care about rappers crying about their bad record deals that they signed. You sign a bad deal, don't cry to me about your bad deal. It was Bradley Beal's last contract where I said, you know what? If you sign this next deal, if you sign for a super duper max, I don't want to hear you crying about winning games, signing a super duper max on the Wizards. I said that on this pod. I want to hear it. I'm not trying to hear all the sass and all the subtle shots you want to throw at Underdog or whoever is fronting the bill because you went from your basement streaming from your desktop to now you have this big corporation pushing you and you signed to a 49-51, 60-40, whatever your deal was that led it to be if anything happened, they can strip your name off your product. It wasn't your product to begin with. And that's fine. It happened. Business is business. It's strictly financial. I don't know if I'm supposed to feel bad listening to this. I don't know if we was number one, but now we just gonna take a back seat. Yeah, buddy. That's what happens when you don't actually own your entity or your property.
Yeah.
Stuff like this can happen to you. And what I'm supposed to do? Cry? Whoop-de-doo.
And that's it. That's what, hey, that's the thing right there that stood out the most. What we supposed to do? Cry for this grown-ass man making a dumb-ass decision. These dudes was acting like it was a Gilbert Arenas funeral. It was the number one show, man. How was it? They don't snatch number one shows down. Where would that make sense? We're going to take down the number one show on YouTube. You know what Gilbert told me just yesterday? There are no benchmarks to make for this show. I said, oh my God, this boy is really stupid. So they just want to just give you money to do a show just to give you money to do a show. See, you in the wrong business. See, what you want to get into is the entertainment television show series. You need to just run a sports show. That's it. Run your sports show and try to get sponsored by Heinz Ketchup or something. You need you a television show. You don't need to work with a sports game inside, because this dude foolishly sat here and said there was no benchmarks to make. He actually believes this. Not knowing that in the beginning, when this show started, me and him sat down and, well, we didn't sit down together. He was at his crib sitting, and I'm at my crib sitting in the office. And he sits there and tells me they have another round of money to pay. That the first round of money, they did that much work. They were making his studio and they hadn't finished yet. And then in the second round, they'll see how it's going. And if they like the way it's going, then you get your second round of payment. Do you know what that's called, buddy? That's called, you got to hit benchmarks. If they put in the money on the first round and you didn't get it all, buddy, there's benchmarks to say, okay, we like what we're seeing. We like the direction the show is going in. Let's keep rolling with this. What happened to you, Gilbert Arenas, and I will explain it to you, Mr. 50%. Here's what happened that you don't understand, since you said there was no benchmarks. Trying to tell me that. You love to try to dictate to me what I don't know, but everything I keep saying keeps coming back right. So if I keep saying things that's coming back right, maybe common sense should click in your brain that maybe, just maybe, I know what the hell I'm talking about. So listen, here's what happened, dum-dum. You have to exert a lot of signups, okay? They want people to sign up for Underdog Fantasy. That's their concern. That's what their direction is. They want people on their gaming site. Why? Because they are a gaming site. They want people to think of them when they are gaming and betting and gambling. We want you to use us. Welcome to the new member. My boy Kai that made it. Hey, I see you. Yeah, they didn't want to send out notifications for this. They didn't want nobody to know about the PO unit. 50% in the PO unit. PO unit! PO unit! Now, 50% over there decided it was going to be in his best interest to do this. So instead of trying to do what they're actually supposed to be paid to do, they're actually not doing that. And it's hard to do that when your show is being botted to death. So all the numbers that make everyone believe that this show is great and they got all these clips and it's in rotation, these people are not signing up to bet because most of these people aren't gamblers. You're dealing with video gamers, okay? You're in the video gaming space, not the gambling space. Most of those people are not running out to go bet on games they don't watch. They don't care. They play 2K all goddamn day. They don't want to gamble. So they're not signing up to Underdog Fantasy because you're in the wrong demographic, stupid. This is what I tried to tell you in the beginning. Yeah, it looks pretty, but wow, we got 1 million views on a clip. But on your main channel, you can't get over 300 people in there. But now you're going to go from 300 to 15,000 people watching you. It's like, come on, dog, stop. If 15,000 people are watching you, you're going to have more signups than that. This dude has 16 million views in 3 months and only had 48,000 subscribers. If me and Kwame Brown had 16 million views in 3 months, we would each have over 100,000 plus. Easy. That's less than, use your calculator. 48,000 subscribers, 16 million views. How much of a percent is that? All of y'all got calculators. Y'all could do the math. 48,000 subscribers out of 16 million views. So you got 16 million views and could only get 48,000 subs. That's how much it's going to take. So they got to 1 million subs using this. They got an award. They got their plaque. And now they talking about not having jobs. How do you get there? How do you get there, sir? Oh, it's quite easy, sir. We just bought the hell out of everything. To get in the algorithm, we buy our way into the algorithm. We push all this. We spend all this money on clips. These guys are doing the thumbnails. They're doing the shorts. Gilbert don't want any responsibility. He just wants to show up, talk, and leave. So therefore, he doesn't know about any negotiational deals about sponsors that's coming in, and they don't have any sponsors. Why isn't sponsors coming in if all of these people are watching you? Because they're going to want to see the real numbers. And if everybody at home is listening and they're listening to the real numbers, they understand what it is. That's what we talk about. And when you start getting into the aspects of it, the future aspects of what happened, that was the wrong idea. Like, I could tell him, but if you're good at something, don't do it for free. He was like, well, why didn't you do it? Why ain't you and Kwame Brown? Why don't you and Kwame Brown drop y'all show since y'all know every damn thing? I'm like, well, first, we in two different spaces. Everybody around you, basically, that's doing the show, they live around you. They come to your house and go in your basement. Me and Kwame is in two different worlds. He's way in Georgia doing what he's doing, or New Orleans or Louisiana. KB be flying around the world doing things. I'm doing other things. You know, we're not looking at YouTube to be our whole life. I got investments. Y'all see on the Patreon, anybody that I didn't got people signed up in investment plans, business plans. And they're going to end up probably making more money than you because you keep waiting on people to hand you money because that's what you're used to. You're not a businessman. You used to being an employee. Underdog is paying everybody. That's what he said. Underdog paying a junkie. The junkie he got on here, he got a job. Underdog paying him. Underdog paying his girl. Underdog paying everybody. So who the boss? The boss is the ones cutting the check. If No Chill Production ain't on the check, then you ain't the boss. If the check said Underdog Fantasy, then we know where the money coming from. But see, that's always been his thing. People had to hand him stuff. And this is how these companies will take advantage of athletes. But if they say you haven't brought any money in, I believe it. That came out of your mouth. You said they told you y'all really haven't brought any money in, and I believe it. 50% in the PO unit ain't brought no money in. What did I tell you, Gil? Underdog is the boss. He argued with me for a whole year about whose show it is. I said, it's their show, Gil. It's not your show. It's my show. And I told you, I said, this show is terrible. It's terrible. He didn't want to believe me. He thought I was a hater. That just goes to show you what they do. You're just a hater. 50%, baby. I told you I don't care about that 50%. I got paid. They can have their channel. I'll build another one. Y'all don't know how much money I make. I'm on my first deal, and I got $5 million. Now my second deal, I get $5 million 1 year, then 5 the next. And my deal is up in the summer of 2026, when I'm gonna ask for $50 million. Yeah. 50% in the PO unit. Beg for money. Coming soon.